Hello everyone, how are you all? So I'm back with another video, and in this video we are going to study a science chapter known as fiber to fabric. So in this chapter we will get to know about what is fiber, what is fabric, how is fiber converted into fabric, and some types of fiber. So without any further discussions, let's start. What is fiber? Fiber are very thin hair-like strands which are used to make fabrics. So have you ever seen a dhaga? That dhaga in English is called fiber and they're used to make fabrics. Now what is fabric? A fabric is a type of cloth made up of fibers. How is a fabric made? So first we have a fiber, then that fiber is converted into yarn. So we twist several strands of fiber together to make a yarn. Then that yarn is finally converted into a fabric. So we before we twisted several strands of fiber to make yarn, and here we will twist several yarns to make a fabric. So now what are these processes known as? The process of twisting several strands of fiber to make yarn is known as spinning, while the process of twisting several yarns to make fabric is known as weaving and knitting. So let's study about all these three processes in detail. Spinning. Process of making yarn from the fiber by twisting them together is known as spinning. So spinning is done by hand, and the two hand-operated devices used for spinning are takli and charkha. So here you can see in the images, the first image is of takli and the second is of a charkha. Weaving. So as I told you before, the process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is known as weaving. Looms are used to do weaving. They are either hand operated, known as hand loom, or power operated, known as power loom. So now we finally reach to knitting, and knitting is the process of using a single set of yarn to make fabric. It is done on needles. You must have observed your grandmother making woolen clothes for you. They use 2 needles to do so, and that process is called knitting. Types of fibers. So we have 2 types of fiber, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. In natural fibers, again, there are 2 types, plant and animal. So cotton and jute are example of plant natural fibers, while silk and wool are examples of animal natural fibers. And on the other side, we have nylon, polyester, rayon, acrylic, and they are the examples of synthetic fibers. Now let's study about natural fibers and synthetic fibers in detail. Natural fibers are obtained from plants and animals, for example, wool, silk, cotton, jute, etc. And synthetic fibers are also known as man-made fibers, as they can be prepared artificially by man in labs. For example, nylon, acrylic, etc. So synthetic fibers are made from mans in labs, while natural fibers are obtained naturally. Now let's study about plant fiber, cotton. It is obtained from the fruits of the cotton plant known as cotton balls. They are grown in the places having black soil and warm climate, such as Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, etc. The process of separating cotton fibers from seed by combing is called ginning. So now here, the cotton balls are the fruits. So the cotton is the part of the plant fruits. So fruits have seeds in them. Similarly, cotton also have seeds in them. So to obtain the fiber to make the fabric, we first have to separate cotton fibers and seed. So there's a large comb, and we just comb the cotton fibers firmly, and then the seeds are separated and the cotton fiber is obtained, and the process is called ginning. After maturing, the ball bursts open and the seed covered with the cotton fibers can be seen. Plant fiber, jute. It is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. They are grown in the places having loamy soil and hot and humid climate. It is mainly grown in West Bengal, Assam, and Bihar. It is cultivated during the rainy season and is harvested at its flowering stage. The stem of the jute plant is immersed in water. After a few days, the stem rots and the jute fiber is obtained. So the jute fiber is basically inside the stem. And when the jute plant is big enough to obtain the jute fiber, we just put the stem of the jute plant in water. And after a few days, the stem just rot open and the jute fiber is obtained. The process of separating jute fiber from the rotting stem of the jute plant is by hand is called retting. So here we studied two more processes. Ginning is the process through which we separate the cotton fibers and the seeds. Retting, from which we separate jute fiber from the rotting stem. So let's study the processes one more time. Like cotton balls obtained from the plant. Then it is converted into cotton fiber by the process known as ginning. Then cotton fiber is converted into yarn by the process of spinning. Then yarn is finally converted into fabric from the process of weaving. Then jute jute fiber is obtained from the plant and it is converted into jute fiber from the process of retting. Jute fiber is converted into yarn from the process of spinning, and yarn is converted into fabric from the process of weaving. So now let's study the history of clothing material. The bark and big leaves of trees were used to cover the body. Earlier, when the invention of fiber fabrics was not done, people used to cover the bark and big leaves of the trees around their body. Vines and animal hair were twisted and woven into fabrics. Cotton and flax were cultivated to make fabrics and to drape it around the body. So here we do not have a proper cloth stitched, but we have the fabric and we just drape it around our body. Earlier, with the invention of sewing needle, people started stitching fabrics into clothes which you are wearing. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something new. Take care of yourselves. Meet you all in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.